Right, we'll start out with an opening statement from Coach.
Well, first off, when I'm on this Veterans Day, thank all of our veterans, and grateful for their service. Grateful for our young men that will be serving. We got special kids. Obviously, I want to congratulate our seniors on Senior Day. Emotional game against a really good SMU team that is playing really, really well, and our kids found a way to win. Just really proud of them. Just a lot of things that happened that were really exciting. Um, Malcolm for his first start to rush for 282, and Anthony Gargiulo who rushed for 145 yards, and I think as a team we rushed for 577.
Yeah,
I mean that, you know, 559. Just defense. Again, that's a tough offense, but we came up with enough stops. We had 2 picks in the first half that really helped us, and we got the stops when we needed it. Garrett came in and did phenomenal, man. You got to give that kid a lot of credit. Came in cold in a crunch situation, and he delivered. Played phenomenal. We told him not to score because I was kind of thinking back in the San Jose State deal, and then when we didn't score and didn't get in, I was like, why did we do that? We should have scored. Um, we had this scenario we talked about as a staff. If we ever got in that situation again, what do we want to do? But to JR's credit, I mean, and Randy Beggs is, I mean, that kid, man, just he's our holder, So we took the 10-second runoff to get it down to 11 seconds, and I was gonna say, hey, let's just kick the ball. I don't want to mess with it. Don't mess with JR. Just let him go through his rhythm. And Randy Beggs, coach, I can wind the clock down. I'll just wait. And I said, all right, if I trust you, and I just trust, and he did a phenomenal job. Let the clock run down, and we put it all in JR's leg, and he kicked it, and he kicked well all day, and just a great team win. And again, hats off to SMU. They played a really good game. It's a really good football team. We had a hard time stopping them, but everybody's had a hard time stopping them. They're really good on offense. So that said, excited for our seniors.
Questions?
Ken, what was the decision to use Malcolm at quarterback today?
I just felt like we needed a spark. I just and it was my decision. Coach Jasper felt good about Garrett. I mean, he's been coaching the whole time, and it just, I just went to Ivan and just feel like, I just feel like he's our best ball carrier. We needed a spark. We were sputtering on offense. I just wanted to see if he could give us some life. And, we took a chance. I mean, he hadn't played quarterback since the spring, but he has the best quarterback coach in Coach Jasper. If anybody could get him right, it was Ivan. And, he played really, really well. And he missed some stuff for his first time, but I thought he did some good things. But we just needed a spark. I know Garrett was disappointed. Zach's banged up. I mean, Zach practiced this week. I mean, he's a tough kid, man. He's dragging one leg and he's got a bad shoulder. I mean, a kid is as tough as nails. But I said, no, you just rest. And Garrett had waited his time, and I felt bad for him. But ultimately, I had to do what I felt was best for our team. And those decisions are tough because you care about the kids and you see how hard they work. And I just told him it's nothing personal, Garrett. I just feel like Malcolm gives us the best chance to win. And with that said, Garrett came in and played great.
When was that decision made? How early in the week? And what's Malcolm's status now? We saw him leaving on crutches.
Well, I made it in the Temple game when Zach got hurt. I knew in my heart, there's a feeling I had, and I always go off my feelings, how I feel. And now we wanted to go through practice and let it play itself out because, we didn't know if we could do it. But I just felt like we had no life at Temple. I'm still bewildered what happened in Philly, last week. I've been coaching here 20 years, been a head coach 10, and I'm still befuddled. I mean, we were in a funk. We were just in a twilight zone. We were in a la la land. And I just made a decision, I'm going to put the ball in the best ball carrier's hand, and we're going to live and die off Malcolm. And it was a risk because I didn't know if he could do it. And, so we went through the whole week of practice. And then we made a decision later on, let's just go with him. But Garrett had a great week of practice. We kept Zach out. He did some fundamentals, but, we kind of kept him out to try to recover. I don't know. You know, what I mean, it looks like his ankle. You know, what I mean, we'll see. You know, what I mean, it just sprained his ankle pretty good, and so we'll have to see. He's limping off pretty good, but I didn't get a chance to see him before I came up.
Last one for me. Did Malcolm get to you guys that good of a runner? I mean, it wasn't just his speed we saw today, but his ability to change directions and juke defenders like that. Did someone here teach him to do that, or?
There's no amount of drills we have in our repertoire for that. I mean, that's God given. He just sometimes you're like, hey, there's sometimes you look at a bad play and he starts running. Oh, run, Malcolm. Just I mean, the kid's so talented, and now he missed some stuff. He missed some reads, but the other stuff we knew. I mean, the other stuff, his ability to make people miss. Hopefully he's healthy, but I mean, he's definitely our best ball carrier. Might be one of the best ball carriers since I've been here as an assistant head coach. He's one of the most dynamic ball carriers I've ever seen.
So just to be clear, if Malcolm can't go next week, is Zach back in the mix to possibly restart again?
Definitely, he'll be back in the mix, and I'll turn that back over to Coach Jasper. This is just want to see where this was at, but Zach got better as the week went along, and probably if push came to shove, he probably could have played today and dragging one leg. I mean, like I said, the kid is tough as crap, but we didn't want to do that. But we have to see Wags. We got to see where it's at. We'll have to discuss it as a staff, see Malcolm's health, see Zach's health, and and Ivan's always said he believes in Garrett that he can do it, and kid went in again and did phenomenal. I mean, he just keeps going on the field and doing good things.
So you used Owen White to kick the place kicks all day. What led you to go with Osborn to kick the field goal as opposed to Owen?
Owen somehow got hurt. So he wasn't feeling good. So it's so I don't know how that happened.
So he wasn't available.
Wasn't available.
Right. So do you know much about J.R. Osborn, to be honest? I've never even heard of his name.
Well, he's been kicking off, and he's been doing a really good job kicking off. And he looked at me, and I almost went with him. I didn't know if it was in his range, the 47-yarder. And he just said, Coach, I can do it. I can do it on the 4th and 4. And we felt good about the play. And he just looked at me, and I should have kicked it because I just looked at his face, and I had total confidence, Coach, I can do this. And I went with to try to go for it. In hindsight, probably should have kicked it, but he kicked a huge kick. Obviously, didn't help us win the game.
And what else can you say about Gargiulo? Because he had his best game of his career today.
I mean, just really happy for that kid. They're changing fronts up on us and doing a lot of different things. And so he was doing a really good job of reading it, on his tracks and doing a lot of things. So, we just try to get the ball in his hands because he's, doing a really good job of reading it. And so I'm really proud of him, happy for him. Again, another kid that epitomizes our program. Has been a backup to Chris and Josh Walker. Doesn't say anything, comes to work at practice every day and works hard and, got another chance and perform admirably today.
And just how proud, your backs were against the wall and you really did need this win. You had even called it a must-win yourself, and they did what they had to do to pull this one out, and they're bowl eligible, and this really changes the whole,
Yeah, really excited to get this win, and and we were holding on for dear life. That's a good offense, and then we started to sputter on offense. Just felt like if we could keep scoring and take care of the rock, that we'd have a shot. But to be bowl eligible again, for this many years, just shows the consistency of our program. But people were doubting and saying things, and the season's over, and people would come to me and offer me condolences and stuff like that. I'm like, what? we're gonna keep fighting. I mean, this is our profession. We got tough kids. We're gonna fight to the end. It's like I've been telling people, we ain't going anywhere. We're gonna fight to the freaking end. So, really happy for our kids.
Coach, talk about the first half defense that was incredible. SMU's had incredible first half offensive games this year. I think over 200 points.
Really aggressive, and our guys played really well and played fast. We had 2 huge turnovers, but really was really excited the way we were playing. We were getting some pressure on him. Hicks is a good quarterback, and we found a way to get some pressure on him to make him uncomfortable throwing the football. I'm just really proud the way we played in the second half. They got in a rhythm in the second half, which was tough, but in the first half, really proud the way we played on defense.
Any questions for Coach?
This was your last home game of the season. There's going to be an NHL game here in this building next March. For someone maybe who hasn't been here, what is the atmosphere like in this building and being at field level and just kind of the history of this building and being involved with it for as many years as you've had?
I didn't get the one part of your question. What's happening?
There's going to be an NHL outdoor hockey game here.
I
And
got you. Um, this is a special place. You know, this stadium. You know, you go to some stadiums and they got, you know, bowl that you played at, or national championships, or you know, different Hall of Fame people on their bowl. But when you got here, you have battles. You know, Navy Marine Corps Memorial Stadium. So this is a special place that represents, you know, our country and those that have served ahead of us, that make our country great. And our kids recognize it, that it's called the Navy Marine Corps Memorial Stadium for a reason. And so I think that's going to be an awesome experience. I wish I could say I knew something about, but you know, from Hawaii, you know, but you know, I think that's awesome. I think that's really excited for that. But this is what a great atmosphere, and this is a great sports town, and I know the people will support it.
Well, JR, obviously, we hadn't met you before, but you came up big today. Just kind of tell us about the moment.
I still really don't know what's what's going on or what happened. I just started traveling recently, and so it's been cool to be with the guys and be involved and stuff with kickoffs. But tonight my number was just called on the last kick, and so I just had to go in there and make the kick. That was the only thing I was thinking about.
When was the last time you kicked a game-winning field goal?
High school.
What year? How many years has it been?
That would have been 2014, I think.
Okay.
Sure.
And you've been, obviously you practice place kicks with Bennett and the guys every day?
Yes, sir.
Anthony, it was your first career 100-yard rushing game. What does that mean to you, and what was it like to get that in such a hard-fought win?
To be honest with you, everybody always thinks it's the running back, the big man carrying everybody, but I know I wouldn't have gotten even past the line of scrimmage without him and the other 5 linemen that were in front of me. It always looks like it's easy, but thankfully that's because they make it easy. I just got to see one guy. I see his hips, and luckily he's got some big hips, so it's easy to read. But I can't take any of the credit for today. It was those big guys up front that really got me through anything.
Obviously, it's light and funny, and we're laughing now. How much does this win help you guys, just in terms of your mindset and momentum going into a big game next week? Could have been a really different story, obviously.
Yeah, no, the past few games definitely hurt a lot, and this was even senior day. It was something we needed to just get back on the horse and have that motivation and that knowing that we could do it. We're still there, and we're still Navy football.
Evan, can you just talk about the mindset going into that final drive? They'd come all the way back to tie the score at 40. I'm sure that's somewhat deflating to see such a big lead go away, but there was still time on the clock and enough for you all to get down there and do something.
At the end of the on any given play, my biggest concern is getting my second step down and keep my pads low. And so I don't ever question the people who call the plays. I don't question the guys who run the ball. If anything, I just expect that everybody's doing the best they can. So my thing was, I'm going to just do my job to the best of my ability. A couple plays that he broke a big run, and he deserved credit for it. My thought process was I just need to get moving and get the play started to get an opportunity. Like whatever happens thereafter happens, but at the very least I need to focus on what I need to do because I'm trusting that everybody else around me is focusing on it. And we knew we wanted to win. We knew how bad it was. So the focus was just on doing the little things right.
As a senior, what's it mean to get bowl eligible? And obviously, and to snap that losing streak, to get things turned around because you had to get on the winning track.
It's pretty euphoric. Honestly, we have several games left, and I have a lot of opportunity to spend more time with these guys. Because the thing is, like with football, winning is great, and the highs are high and the lows are low. And the past couple of games that we lost have been pretty tough, but I promise you, I would rather lose with guys that I genuinely love than be with the team that I don't want to really be with anyway. So winning really just helps us all out, and it helps us focus on the next thing because, my mindset is enjoy the night, enjoy the win, but next we got to come back and we got to beat the Irish. It's one game at a time. Our motto is one more because everything, even in my life up to this point has been one more, just focus on the next thing. I always joke I live like a day and a half at a time because you got to focus on the next thing.
Malcolm's performance, obviously they put him at quarterback. He rushed for 282 yards and 4 touchdowns. So I guess the coaches know what they're doing.
Exactly. Like, I mean, I have to trust them. They trust me to do my job, and they trusted him to make plays. I knew he was a heck of a player, and I'm just glad I can honestly say I blocked for him as him as being a quarterback. And I mean, I'm glad to just be out there, truth be told, because it's just really special being a part of this team and this because this isn't just a team of guys who just play football. Like, I mean, no matter what press release you do, you can never really capture the love that exists between us. So.
Started to get our swagger back, so it was a great win. We're going to build our confidence back up. You know, couldn't let it up in the end, but we're back. You know, we're back in the right direction.
What did happen in the second half? They scored, I think, whatever it was, 28 points.
I think we just got a little complacent. Kind of thought it was over. If we stop them one more time, they'll give up, and kind of carried on.
Micah, can you talk about snapping the 3-game losing streak and getting bowl eligible?
I mean, it's huge. Obviously, it's not fun to lose. You know, so we had to bounce back. We had to play Navy football again, which we've gotten away from. You know, effort, discipline, all that. I think our penalties were down from the past 3 games, and I think we played harder. We obviously came out on top, but on defense, we have to improve all around. It's unacceptable to give up 21 in the third quarter and I think 3 in the fourth, or no, 10 in the fourth. So we really gotta improve. So.
Mike, if you could elaborate on that, just what do you guys want to take into next week and really make sure you work on in practice this week specifically?
I mean, everything. Nobody is like able to not try to like get better. Everybody all around in the run. I think they had a lot of yards to run. I think Jones or whatever is had a 111. They also were throwing the ball well. So all around, we have to get better. No one's just free of blame.
DJ, you said a win is a win is a win, but to do it in this fashion where you're really grinding something out, does that kind of affect your guys' mentality and just say, okay, we can fight through things like this?
Yeah, one, it just says that we can fight through. But another thing is that it's hard to win college football games. We just got ball eligible and everything. We worked hard to get here. It's been a rough road, but it just shows that it's not easy. So we have to come back to work these next few weeks, just like we have been.